Hey guys, I'm back for the market update, and I'm gonna get started with Prismatic, but there's actually bigger news than Sword and Shield. But we'll just get started. So the market kind of dropped from recovering a little bit. ETBs are kind of the most noticeable ones. They went from 125 to 122 now to 116, and the price per pack is about $13 for the ETBs, and the lowest price per pack is still around $11. Yeah, like generally we're seeing like slight price decreases. So you see like this went down by $1. The poster collection, the binder collection went down by a few dollars. The PCTBs went up like a little bit, recovering from the day before, but they were higher before. In general, it seems like how do I say this? We're in the state where like Prismatic isn't strong enough to not have this low, but I'm still pretty optimistic that by the end of the month or maybe early in the next month it's gonna go back up, because it just doesn't really logistically make sense. They didn't print enough and people are gonna buy all the packs. Now there are factors to consider. I'm not just gonna pretend like everything's like always good and stuff. Like the factors to consider are how many people are opening it, how many people are skipping it, how do the pull rates affect things. Like sometimes the pull rates, which are they're technically better to get a SIR than, or about the same as normal sets. It's just that there's so many SIRs and people want the EVs, that sometimes opening Prismatic is kind of disappointing. So that has two effects. Either people won't want to open it because they're spending a lot of money. Like this is like, I'd say in the markets I kind of low for Prismatic, but still double MSRP, and you get like nothing. Like 151's a more enjoyable set to open. So like people were like, hey, why would I open Prismatic when I go to 151? But at the same time, the singles cards will continue to rise because they're just so hard to pull. So that's gonna draw people in, because a lot of people who are experienced in this field talk about there's the more collector mindset, which is like, oh, cars should be affordable. Like I don't really care about the price. Like why is I really want money? If I had MSRP, I would sell at MSRP, or like I don't really care. And the other side is like a lot of Pokemon cards that you can buy, like they're still very cheap. Like if you want to buy like 99% Pokemon cards, or like 95, you get them like under like $5, $10, $20, $30, something like that. So like it's not really that expensive even in this bull market. It's just that the cards that people really want are really expensive. Like if you want Prismatic, like the Umbreon, it's gonna be like a few $1,000s. I don't really know the exact price, like at least $1,000. But if you want to like some other Umbreon or whatever, it'd be really cheap. Or just like some Pikachu or whatever. Anyway, so I think that's gonna have an effect on the market. Because as people see more dollar signs on these cards, people are gonna kind of want them more, and these Pokemon are already so popular. So I kind of believe in that a little bit more. But yeah, I do think that they did make the set a little less enjoyable because there's no mid-tier pulls. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to monitor it, but it's still hovering around still like 115. So it's kind of, if you're holding it, it's kind of disappointing to go from like the 150s all the way down to like this, and the price per pack's decreasing so much. But that's kind of what it is. I still wouldn't sell if you don't have to, unless you want to just like decrease your risk. Like let's say you have a bunch of Prismatic and you want just to get some profits out, I'd say that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to track this. All right, the big news: Sword and Shield base goes up over $100. I woke up and this video is gonna be a little late, but yeah, I was like, whoa, I thought I was looking at another booster box, to be honest. It was probably just like a single sale or something, but yeah, a lot of Sword and Shield has been bought out in the last 2 days. It seems like, I'm guessing like one person. Actually, let's look at the data. Yeah, a lot of Sword and Shield was suddenly bought out by people. I think people thought that it was pretty undervalued, so they got at this price, and then there wasn't a lot available, so this is what you're seeing. I don't know if, like, sometimes when this happens, other people will list more listings, but if no one does, because there's not a lot of this now, yeah, you kind of missed out on a plus $100 gain. That's why, like, when things get static for too long, because I've been tracking this for a while, like the Sword and Shield box has been literally stacked for a while. It's pretty, like, you're kind of wondering, hey, like, no one's looking there. That when no one's looking at something, it usually means that's kind of gaining value and people are underestimating it. And there's always gonna be areas of the market where people aren't looking. Yeah, this is a pretty big thing. And it's like, some people call this market manipulation, but it's really not that hard with these older sets that there's not a lot around. Vivid Voltage and Battle Styles also had some gains. Just like about 10, like $7 to $10. So Vivid Voltage is about to be sold out if it hasn't been. I haven't checked the numbers yet, but yeah, I realized I should look at these daily things, and there's been like a slight spike in buying recently. So there's that. And then Battle Styles, the 1 month range. There's not that many more being bought recently. I think because you can still buy a Pokemon Center. Like, why would you buy at this price? But yeah, I haven't seen it. Like Battle Styles $180, dude. Like, when was the last time you thought you would hear that? That hasn't been heard since like COVID era. Evolving Skies continues to decrease. I decreased another $27 or so compared to yesterday. I want to just look at the sales. Yeah, there's still no one buying last few days, so it's at the point where until someone buys, it's probably going to decrease. People are getting angsty about their boxes. Paldea Evolved, like, so Scarlet Vi has smaller increases, but no, Paldea, I have not seen it. Well, I guess it did cross 200 before. I didn't really remember crossing 200, but it's just like it's been kind of stuck at this below 200 range or barely above 200. So it's just nice to see maybe it's finally getting to above 200, because Paldea is probably the best Sword and Shield set that people I think are not going to reprint. Like, as in, Scarlet Vi set, because it's pretty much the first 4 that people are like, hey, it's SC base, Paldea, Obsidian, and Paradox that aren't going to get reprints. And so, like, yeah, I'd go with Paldea, because it has a Magikarp with the Magikarp's hard to grade, and that's why it has so much value. That's part of the reason. But yeah, still a good amount being bought. Paradox Rift, this isn't really noteworthy, but I've been tracking it. It hasn't really been above like 140, 148 in a while. So yeah, ever since the like 6th or so. So it's finally crawling back up just a little bit. And Surging Sparks, since you guys, everyone loves to hear about Surging Sparks, it didn't really change, but it's 249.87, so I just went up a little bit from yesterday. I looked at Crown Zenith and 151, and nothing really changed, so I just didn't really report it. Like, there's minor price fluctuations, but nothing like really major to report. Journey Together, I don't think the pricing has changed as much. I think the bigger news is that Battle Partners, which is the Japanese set, has been like revealed for the most part, the SIRs. So I think because of this, Battle Partners will be stronger than people expect. People thought it would be like a Battle Style Vivid Voltage to some extent, but especially in the English version, because the English version, they don't have the Reshiram card in it, I think. Or maybe they do. I don't know how they'll do it, but they have the promo, so they kind of, I wish this was like the main chase. But we see a bunch of like a lot of good hits. Some people like this stuff, some people don't. Like, I'm kind of mixed about this. It's definitely not like an obvious banger set, but yeah, there's definitely some good cards. It's just like some of these Pokemon, like, they're not like the favorites, I believe. And some of the art choices, some people like them, some people hate them. I guess we'll see. So people already know about this Articuno, which I think is really nice. I've heard someone told me it's like a TCG Pocket thing, but it's just really nice SIR. Some of these I'm probably not gonna know about, but Wailord, I'm a little iffy about this. I really like the art, but Wailord isn't the most popular Pokemon. That makes it a little iffy to me. People like Iono, but relying on waifu cards to pull up the set rarely works in the long term, so that's why I'm a little iffy about it. In the short term, like, waifu cards in bull markets have been shown to have a lot of value, but over time they decrease in value. I think I know like the Lily from Cosmic or Team Up or something like that, it's still worth a lot. But other waifu cards, they don't really go well. But this Lily is very nice. I really don't know how popular this Pokemon is. If you know in the comments, like, it's just kind of beyond my age range, or when I was in Pokemon. But yeah, this is a very beautiful card. It's a very beautiful shot. This is definitely gonna be a top chase card. So it might do really well, at least in the short term. People have already seen this. It looks nice. But I don't think this is the most popular Pokemon either. And this one I could say it looks okay or doesn't look okay. It looks a little plain to be like SIR. I don't know. It looks like a little too digital. Like, that's how I kind of judge it. Like, when things look a little digitally made, it just makes it look worse. Like this looks like someone actually drew it out. a lot of details, a lot of little things. But this one looks like this. I don't know. It just looks like a little more digitally made, except for the background. The restroom card looks really nice. But again, like, because they are gonna make it in promo, they kind of nerfed it a little bit, I feel like. This ferret, even though it looks digitally made, it does look really nice. But ferret's not the most popular Pokemon either. So, you know, there's just a lot of like popular Pokemon. This looks okay, but it's like the pre-evolved version, so that'll give it like less points. Yeah, they're doing this thing with trainers where like they put, but I personally kind of don't like this, but I think some people do like it. It's pretty much like, imagine if the trainer wasn't there. It'd be kind of plain. It'd be like a full art or whatever they're called, and then they just add another thing, but this all looks very digitally made, which I don't really like, but some people will like that has them in the background. I think it's just easier to make production. Like, this is another Lily card, looks nice, but again, if you take the Lily, it just looks like a plain full art card. I don't really like that. I can tell like where they put less effort into it. Same thing with this. Like, you see, like, this just looks like it's the same thing. Like, if this was without the trainer card, this would look like a pretty like iffy card. Like, this would be like a few dollar card. So that's why I'm a little iffy about these. And same thing with this. It just seems like a little lazy, which I know there's productions up. There's Brock, and so this can either go for a lot of value or not a lot of value because Brock is so popular. This one over here, it looks digitally made, but the background looks good, so I'm not sure how popular this will be. Siono, people like I don't know, another Lily. Like, I think Lily's them, and I don't know, they're really banking on it being very popular, but I think the end cards are a little like, you know, this looks nice, but this also looks a little digitally made, so I'm a little iffy on how it works. Like, it's just not like a lot of detail. It's just like you draw the two guys and you draw a little bit of background. I think the Lily cards get the most effort into them, which I think Lily is like pretty popular. Yeah, there's a Salamence, or it looks kind of cool. Actually, I think this could be top. This looks a little digitally made, but it does look kind of nice. And yeah, Hop isn't the most popular Pokemon, but this does look kind of nice. So yeah, it does look stronger than some other things. So I think that this will possibly increase the value of Journey Together, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks guys, bye.